Well, thank you so much for coming. Let's begin. When you are ready, I'm not sure how it is in Manhattan, but I'm in South Jersey and it's quite nice outside today. The weather's sunny, it's warmer, it doesn't feel so raw and cold. So, if at all possible, to walk away from your office space and move outside for some fresh air, that would be a whole new beautiful experience. Making sure if you're staying inside that you're comfy. So I'm going to use my little space heater and I have my comfiest clothes on. Let's meet one another back on your mat, please, or wherever your space is for today. Well, once you've gotten comfy, I always encourage you to definitely try and block out stimulation. So that definitely means our notifications. I know you're working, but if you can, turn those off for a moment so we don't hear all the bings and pings and beeps that are notifying us that we have things waiting. You know they'll still be here when we're done practicing today. Welcome to your practice. Let's begin with some soft movements in our wrists and shoulders so that we can sit comfortably. If you prefer to lie down or use a wall or the back of a chair, that can be very nice, helping you lift upright with your confident posture. So get into your comfiest spot. We're going to begin by stretching arms forward as far as we can and just doing a little shoulder floss, meaning we're pulling fingers and shoulders back, pressing them back forward. Think of dental floss, flossing forward and back. Squeeze through the shoulder blades, squeeze through your pectoral muscles, front of chest. Fingers are open and dynamic for energy flow. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's keep shoulder blades squeezed back, but rise in your arms to the best of your ability so your shoulders remain low. Take a couple circles with your wrists overhead. And while you do, sit up really tall, but drop your chin down towards your chest. Switch the direction that your fingers are circling, possibly take them into a fist, and then lift your eye gaze up, stretching open in your throat. Eye gaze comes back forward, arms bend into goalpost, really open in the fingers here, and drop shoulders down just a tad. Start with a couple shoulder circles backwards. Maybe feeling a little crackly in the shoulders, that's okay. We'll settle down in a moment. And reverse the direction if possible to come forward. You're welcome to make them bigger or smaller. Just do whatever feels releasing, relaxing, and settling. Take a big breath up and overhead, my friends. And as you begin to release your breath, release not only your fingertips and your shoulders, but your worries, your doubts, and your stresses. Release your eyelids if possible. If you're feeling comfortable and safe, I definitely recommend blocking out stimulation and closing your eyes. I, on the other hand, prefer to look my eyes straight down the tip of my nose to a really still, unmoving point on the floor. This helps me stay alert, yet soft. So then I'll close my eyes into these little tiny slits. Things become blurry and unfocused, so you can really turn inwards. If your palms are down, you'll find that your practice tends to be a bit more grounding. If you're feeling sluggish and need some energy, please consider turning your palms up wherever they've landed. You can cup them in towards your stomach, land them softly on your legs or down by your sides. And as you're getting adjusted here, remembering that comfort is most important so we can be present. So if you start to feel uncomfortable, please take a moment to readjust. Come back to us in a better position for you. Let's begin, my friends. Take a big, beautiful breath in through your nostrils. A healing breath that's soft and slow, filling your body with fresh, new prana. Prana is energy. I like to think about it bringing in a new perspective, a new mood. When we slow down and allow our breath to catch up with us, everything changes for the better. This, I ask you to trust. With practice, you'll discover it's true, but it's just the most wonderful way to have a great day. Let's try an exercise with our imagination to continue our settling this morning. Try to visualize your most relaxing spot in the whole world. It doesn't have to be somewhere you've been. Let's say it's a dream spot, perhaps in warm sand under a palm tree. perhaps by a fire, snuggled under a blanket with a book, wherever you are, your favorite, most fantasized about relaxation spot. And let's visualize with that location what our most peaceful self would look like. What would you be wearing? Where are you? Do you notice any distinctive smells or sounds where you are? Are you inside or outside? Continue visualizing your space. Is it night or day? And as you continue taking deep breaths, mentally transport yourself to this location. Stay right where you are in space, but try to envision yourself in this amazing, relaxing spot, embodying this sense of complete relaxation. Focusing on what I hope is calm, a sense of calm, a sense of stillness. Maybe it's your surroundings that are enabling this to happen. So possibly you're being lulled into a calm state by some lapping waves. Maybe it's the rustle of tree leaves. Or it could be being surrounded by love. Maybe you're with your grandbabies or your favorite pets and you just feel so safe and secure. I love to try to remember this very precious image that we've created and the moment. Remember it like you're engraving this picture and all of the associated feelings, emotions, sensations, the mood. Engrave that into your mind. So that's a back pocket tool that we have, this amazing visualization that we can physically feel. And then we can transport ourselves back here quickly whenever we need it. Noticing emotions that are arising, whether it be a big, deep sigh of exhalation or a sense of joy bubbling up inside of you. And what sensations do you feel? Are you feeling that warmth as you listen to a crackling fire? Are you feeling a cool breeze on your skin? Holding that very close to your heart and mind. This is your most relaxed self. And we'll try to hold on to the sense of inner peace as we continue our practice today. So a little trick as we breathe, when we tend to get carried away by our thoughts that will most definitely come in, mentally transport yourself back to your most treasured, coveted spot. Let's begin to notice our physical surroundings in this moment of meditation. As you are beginning to connect with your breath, notice where your seat is or wherever your body is connected to something else, another body part, the floor, the outside world, a wall, or your chair. Feel a bit more weight in those areas, as if whatever you're being supported with could widen, begin to comfort and envelop you and just take you in. You are safe and supported here in your meditative spot. And let's begin to scan through our bodies. So as you're breathing, you can envision your breath. If you're breathing through your nostrils, which I recommend, you'll have these two threads of breath that come in, and then you can send them through your body to the furthest extremities, little tips of fingernails and toes, tail through top of head, front to back, east and west, north to south, all directions, scanning quickly or slowly. And as you're scanning through your body, we're looking to use our breath here to rub up against any tension we're finding, beginning to soften the edges of that tension. Maybe we're even able to whittle it away a little bit, layer by layer. See that tension begin to dissolve. And as you're doing so, take a moment to be very grateful. Gratitude just feels good. It encourages us to continue practicing. You should be grateful today because you said yes. You said yes to yourself, yes to your self-care, yes to feeling rested, renewed, and rejuvenated. Yes to being worthy. You are worthy and you are deserving of this self-love. Yes to becoming more healthy in mind, body, and spirit. Now, oftentimes in life, we are rushing and going and doing. This has to happen. Things have to get done. But I feel that we turn into human goers and human doers, and we've left being. We are human beings. The best gifts we can give ourselves is gratitude for being in the moment, being present with our breath, being mindful of anything and everything that arises, whether you perceive it to be good, bad, or neutral, being present. So we're meeting our needs by focusing on our breath. Knowing that when we commit to this self-care, we can give more and we can give better to the ones that we love the most. Remembering that we can't pour from an empty cup, so we need to recharge and refill. Well done today, yogis. Be grateful, and meditators, be grateful for committing to your practice. Now, if you found any stiffness or rigidity in your body scan, literally give it a little shake or a wiggle. So let's say I found something in a shoulder, I would just kind of move it around a little bit. Maybe I give it a squeeze. I'm acknowledging it. I'm accepting it with an open mind. And then I try to soften in that area. Releasing and letting go. Regaining a sense of stillness and bringing our awareness back to our breathing and scanning. But let us not forget our minds, my friends. Once you've scanned through your physical body, paying special attention and giving some physical TLC, a little squeeze, a wiggle, and a release to physical parts that are giving us a bit of trouble today. Move into your mind and acknowledge all of the thoughts, emotions, sensations, traumas, stresses, worries, troubles, whatever you encounter. But just as quickly, maybe we give those a little squeeze. We envision giving that a squeeze and allowing it to float out of our awareness. Just as our jobs and our to-do lists will still be there when we're done practicing, as will everything our mind needs to focus on. So perhaps with your most perfectly relaxed place visualization, there was something going on in the air and the atmosphere around you. Are you able to use that to move stressors, tensions, anything in your mind that's preventing you from settling right out of the way? I like to envision myself in Aruba, so I'll use those wonderful trade winds they have there to just guide anything that arises right on out. Taking another breath, another moment here to try to soften the edges on anything in our minds. Let's remember that our attention will linger wherever our breath is. Where is it calling out to you the strongest in this very moment? As you're using your nose to inhale those two threads, maybe you feel that cooler air coming in around the tip of your nose. Attention can linger there to keep you steady and focused on your breath. Perhaps you're feeling sensation in that little divot in your throat. Are you noticing that widen as you breathe in? Soften and narrow as you breathe out. Could be noticing a really wonderful breath into our chests, enabling it to rise and fall. Perhaps down into our side ribs or our stomachs and low backs, feeling expansion, contraction, opening, and closing. You're welcome to lay your hands on any of these spots. It just feels so good. Get a little warmth from your palms, but also will really physically allow you to connect with wherever your breath is the strongest in this moment. And as you concentrate on your breath, what experiences arise? Are you noticing those temperature sensations? We notice the cool, perhaps, but then do you feel that it's a bit warmer as it's been warmed by your body and then passes back out your mouth or nostrils? Can we find a tension and release? And as we're breathing and coming within, finding our calm by softly settling into our breath, distractions, thoughts, planning, rehashing, it will all come. And that's quite all right. We are not here to control anything. We are here to be the casual observer. A great little technique is to label. So if something came through, I don't want to forget to do this later, then I'll just think about that as planning. File it away. And then use your most calming place to just gently float that through and away from your awareness. Returning to your breath upon labeling. Other labels you can use would be thought, and then allow it to go. Judgment, and then release it. Pain, concern, worry, label it and let it go. How is your breathing? Quality of breath. Spend some time slowing down, softening breath so it's almost a whisper. And as you practice, are you able to notice that tiny pause between both the inhale and exhale and the exhale and inhale? I love that moment. Try to hold on to it so tight. Make it as long as you can without causing any stress in your body. Just really soften your facial features as you pause. Taking this moment of stillness, noticing it, treasuring it, can give us space and a moment of perfect stillness and solitude in our lives. As we focus on our breath, becoming more intentional in our destination, why we came to the mat, why we came to the meditative cushion, why we came to practice today, possibly our quest to become more calm, centered, and present. And we are earnest in our search for rest and relaxation. Diligently coming back to breath every time we wander. And doing so with a sense of love and compassion, reminding yourself, oh, I'm here to practice. Let me refocus back on my breath. All the rest will come later. As we continue breathing, we'll try to stay more present with a mantra today. Now, if you already have your own mantra that you like to practice with, please feel free to use it. And a mantra does not have to be anything fancy. I'll give you one today so you don't have to worry about being creative. But let's say your mantra is breathe softly or be calm. It could be one word. Anything that really resonates with you to help you stay focused as you practice. Today, my offering is So Hum. So the way I practice So Hum is to breathe in one word and breathe out the other. Inhaling So, exhaling Hum. Sanskrit for I am. So Hum. I am. And now as you practice your mantra, you'll notice that it changes. As you repeat it, it may get louder. Maybe you're saying it out loud and it actually gets louder. It may get louder as you're saying it in your mind. It may get softer, faster, or slower. You may forget it all together. You may jumble the words. It's okay, and we're not going to try to resist that. We just notice. The gift of our practice has arrived. You noticed that you drifted away. Very gently bringing it back into your practice, your mantra, and your breath. We're going to practice silently for just 1 full minute here. I'll still be here, don't worry. Thoughts, sounds, and physical sensations will try to pull you away. Be unconcerned and come back to your mantra. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. Readjust if you're feeling a tad bit uncomfortable. And for this next minute, we practice your mantra or ours together today. So hum. Breathing in and breathing out. So hum. Recognizing the safety, the stillness, the support your meditative practice has given you today, and allow everything we've brought into the practice to guide you through the rest of your day. From within this sense of safety, you will find the strength to move forward as an even better version of your already amazing self. Allowing that sense of gratitude that we began with to fill your body, literally, physically, imaginatively, emotionally. Feel it filling every single cell. They might feel a little bit bursting with happiness after we've practiced some breath. Gratitude for the commitment to your self-care. And then see if you can feel or envision, like an aura, an energy of gratitude surrounding your body, so you can carry it with you wherever you go. And remember, this can feel really good at the end of practice, but we can be positive, happy, and grateful, and still have days where we don't feel very good. We may actually feel pretty awful or just have an off day. Our meditative practice is about love and light, of course, bringing in good and helping shed what we're perceiving to be no longer serving us. But when you aren't feeling all sunshine and rainbows, those moments, those days, our meditative practice is here to support us. Our practice can turn a little bit of that around. So no matter how you feel, coming back to finding yourself in your most restful spot, body scanning, moving when it's necessary, and revisiting your mantra. Remember that today we said yes, and I encourage you to say yes again soon. Yes to thinking good thoughts, but also acknowledging and feeling all the real thoughts and emotions. Everything you have. We are not here to pretend. We are not here to be perfect or to force anything. We are here to practice, to observe, and to accept with non-judgmental kindness and compassion. As we close our practice together today, I encourage you to continue, if you have the time, bringing our hands to heart center and feeling free to just revisit breath, or one more time with our beautiful mantra for today. Let's press the base of our thumbs into our hearts to remind us to lift up tall. Roll the head of your shoulders back and pull them down from your earlobes, tucking our chins towards our fingertips. For one more beautiful breath, in for so, and out for hum. So hum, I am. Meditators and friends, my divine light recognizes the beautiful, bright divine light in you. I'm humbled by it and inspired by it, but most importantly, grateful that you shared it with me and the rest of us here today. When we are in this space and breathing together, we are one. I can't wait to see you next week, and until then, take good care. Namaste.